The aliens called themselves the Talar, though in their oldest hymns they used another name for themselves, the ones who remain. Their cities were carved into the stone ribs of a dying world, and above those cities rose spires shaped like the figures from their most sacred myths. Tall, soft-bodied beings with 2 arms, 2 legs, and faces too smooth to be real, humans. To the Talar, humans were not history. They were legend. Every child learned the age of footprints, the era before the silence, when the Skyfathers walked openly among the stars. The Skyfathers had taught the Talar fire that did not burn, medicine that sang, and language that bent metal. Then one day, they vanished, ascending back into the heavens after sealing away the greatest horrors of the universe. That was the story. It had been sung for 10,000 cycles. High Archivist Sarah did not sing it. She studied fragments, instead etched alloys buried beneath deserts, orbital ruins swallowed by gravity, broken machines that obeyed physics too simple to be divine. The artifacts bore a recurring symbol, a circle broken by a horizontal line. Sarah's translator rendered it as humanity first, blasphemy, according to the priesthood, curiosity, according to Sarah. The day everything changed, the sky screamed. A burning object tore through the atmosphere, trailing fire like a wounded god. It crashed beyond the northern ranges, sending shockwaves through the prayer spires. Within hours, pilgrims were already marching, chanting verses about the return. Sarah went too, but not to worship. The wreck lay half buried in glassed sand. It was not a star chariot of legend, nor a divine vessel of light. It was crude, asymmetrical, scarred by micrometeor impacts and bad decisions. The hull bore the same broken circle symbol. Inside, something was alive. They cut their way in. The being within was small, fragile. Its skin was pale and scarred. Its body wrapped in a pressure suit patched with mismatched materials. One arm hung uselessly. One eye was clouded with blood. It raised a trembling hand as the Talar flooded the chamber, weapons lowered, voices hushed. The pilgrim priests fell to their knees. "A Skyfather, returned in flesh," one whispered. Sarah stepped forward. The being made a sound rough, uneven. The translator struggled, then resolved the words. "Please," it said. "I don't know where I am." The chamber froze. Gods did not beg. They brought the human to the capital, parading it through streets thick with incense and tears. Millions prostrated themselves as the being was carried past, unaware it was being worshipped. When it tried to speak, its words were interpreted as parables. When it coughed, healers declared it a holy trial. In the grand temple, the high voice of the priesthood addressed it. "Why have you returned?" The high voice asked. "Have the heavens judged us worthy?" The human looked at Sarah, eyes wide with exhaustion. "I'm an engineer," it said slowly. "My ship malfunctioned. I think I'm very, very lost." The priests murmured in awe. Engineer, the translator rendered, meant world shaper. Sarah could not stay silent. "Your myths are wrong," she said to the assembly. Gasps echoed like thunder. They were not gods. They were explorers, colonists, survivors. The high voice turned on her. "You would deny the songs?" Sarah gestured to the human's trembling hands. "Look at it. It bleeds. It fears. It does not even understand our language fully. Is that divinity?" The human swallowed. "I'm sorry," it said. "We didn't mean to disappear. Something went wrong. The networks collapsed." Earth, it stopped, eyes shining. "Earth is probably gone." Silence fell. The Talar had never considered that their gods could fail. That night, riots shook the city. Statues were torn down. Others were guarded by devotees willing to die for stone. Sarah sat beside the human in a guarded chamber, listening as it spoke of overcrowded worlds, desperate migrations, and mistakes multiplied across light years. "You really thought we were gods?" the human asked softly. Sarah inclined her head. "We needed you to be." In the following cycles, the truth spread not as a proclamation, but as a wound. Some Talar clung to the old myths, reshaping them to fit this fragile survivor. Others rejected humanity entirely, furious at being abandoned. But something else happened too. The human taught them again. not miracles methods. How to stabilize reactors. How to map safe routes through collapsing space. How to record history so it could not turn into religion. When the human finally died, quietly, painfully mortal, the Talar did not build a temple. They built a school. And in the first lesson etched into its foundation were words translated carefully, honestly, and without reverence. They were not gods. They were us trying to live.